What's up, everybody? Soul here with another MENACE video for your viewing pleasure, and today we're going to be talking about our squad leader Sachin. And so this guy is very interesting. I've enjoyed using him a lot. He's kind of, in my opinion, sleeper OP. I end up running him, I end up wanting him all the time, and then, I take him for granted. But the second I don't have him, I'm kind of like, where's Sachin? I want Sachin back. Give me Sachin back. And so let's talk about why that is. So taking a look at his ranks, of course, we have his inherent rank or ability, and that is he gains +4 accuracy and +4 discipline for each squatty over 5. And then the downside of that is he loses -4 accuracy, -4 discipline for each squatty under 5. So it goes without saying he needs 8 squatties at all times, if possible. Strength in numbers, right? I think he even says that when you're fighting with him. He's like, strength in numbers. But regardless, that is Sachin in a nutshell. Video over. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, moving forward, I think your first promotion, you're going to want to pick up Suppressive Fire. Sachin, with more in his squad, gets more, of that basic primary infantry weapon, gets more shots out, and so having extra suppression from those shots is highly valuable. Sachin is really good at taking up a position, holding it down, and suppressing your opponents while the rest of your team moves in and does the damage and finishes them off. My opinion, but yeah, that's Sachin. Now moving on to the next rank, I picked up Buff here on this run just to try it out and see what goes on, because Sachin, defensively, he's not I don't know what it is. Like, if he does take kits, his people are dead. There's no surviving it, nothing like that. It doesn't really seem to matter what kind of armor I put them in. I don't know. That's just me. So I picked up Buff to try it. It's not the worst by any means, but this is my rifle, is what I would normally take. And so that Buff gives a +3 HP to squad mates and then removes encumbered effect from heavy armor and weapons. This is pretty decent, especially if you're putting him in bigger armors and heavy armors. Nothing wrong with that, and that's what I've tried up to this point. But I end up not really caring for the heavy armor on him. I don't want him taking hits, so this is my rifle, is what I'd suggest, and it's what I've done in other runs, and it's what I prefer. And then, of course, that reduces that supply cost of your infantry weapon by 50%, which can be pretty decent depending on what you put on him. We'll get to that later, though. Next, in that tier 3 steady gun is what I've picked out here, and that's a +25% accuracy and then 1 view range when stationary for at least 1 turn. Like I said, I like to get them to a certain point, plop them down as in deploy, and then hold that point and suppress my opponents. This is how I like to play Sachin, and this benefits me in that way. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with these others. Call Out Target in particular is a fantastic rank to get, but it's not what I would suggest getting over steady gun. You play it your way and do what you want. Fortify, of course, if he's wearing that armor, he's getting in the cover and he's defending a point in that way, getting really close. Nothing wrong with that by any means or measure. And then Jump the Grenade is probably the least valuable in this area. It's really an interesting rank, but it's just so few and far between that my opponents are getting grenades in on me. I like to keep them away. I don't like to take damage, but that's my general play style. So this might be hugely beneficial to you if you are somebody who likes to get in and close personal with all of your squad leaders and squaddies. But yeah. And then tier 4. So this is a tough one. I have chosen Firing Line, okay? And so that's a -10 AP cost for consecutive shots when no special weapon is equipped, which on Sachin, I do not want a special weapon on him. I want him benefiting from those primaries and getting as many of them out, because he's got 8 squaddies at all times, and he's getting so much benefit from having 8 squaddies at all times. And so Firing Line for me is perfect. Once you get him trained enough and he grows, which his growth rate is a 5, I believe. But anyways, once you get him up to a point, he's going to be able to fire 3 times a round with this trait. Of course, initially when you pick him up, he's not going to have the action economy for that, but he will grow to the point that he does, and that's where he is on this run right now that I'm on. And he's able to get out 3 shots per round. It's really nice. And then reinforcements. That's the really good one too, especially if you're playing him going in there and taking those extra hits. I mean, it just outright replaces all dead squaddies with fresh ones drawn from the manpower pool. That has to be noted. These guys aren't for free. If you don't have the manpower, you're not getting the squaddies. but Reinforcements is a very, very good ability for that style of play. For me, I don't want Sachin taking hits. And so Reinforcements is not as good. And I probably will pick it up before I'm done when I invest in Sachin. But his promotion tax is really low. It's only decent. And his growth rate is 5. It's also fairly, it's mid right there. And then that supply cost is 4 on him, which is really, really low. Sachin is another low cost squad leader, a lot like Carta, who I just covered in another video, so make sure you go check that out. But yeah, Sachin is fantastic in this way. He's low in cost, fantastic suppression. Yeah, let's talk about how to build him. So as you can see right here, my infantry weapon on Sachin is that K-Pack, that ranged K-Pack, which has, of course, a beautiful range of 9 on it, and we absolutely love it. The reason I like this on Sachin is that no matter what range your opponents come in at, as you can see down at the bottom of that accuracy wave or graph, it stays pretty decent in accuracy. Now, I initially had the bar on Sachin, and I love the bar. I do not want my opponents getting close to me, and so at long range, you can see these weapons perform fairly, similar, but at short range, the K-Pack does better, notably better, within a tile or two, which isn't really something you want to be dealing with or having happen. But I've been playing on a lot of maps lately where I have opponents coming at me from around the corner, and they're kind of concealed themselves in a very good way. And so, yeah, this is my middle ground with Sachin. In my opinion, the bar is the superior weapon. Let me just say that too. I really think it is superior to the K-Pack, but I've been playtesting it and having fun with it and messing around with it, and it's not bad. The K-Pack's not bad, and I don't necessarily want to run bars on everyone all the time. It kind of gets stale, but yeah, I'll leave it there. You pick which one you want on there. The K-Pack's more expensive. The bar is more cheap. You go that way. In my opinion, the bar is better, but it is what it is. They're both a range of 9, which is ideal for our boy here. And then, no infantry special, as we discussed, he's getting a benefit for that from his ranks there. We don't want any kind of anything like that equipped because we want that firing line and full flow. And then we're taking a look at this armor. Man, this is the prize. If you can get this on Sachin, you're going to be pretty happy. And this is that SAP operator armor. And so the armor value of it is 55, which isn't anything to scoff at. It's pretty decent. But you're getting increased special weapon uses by 50%, a minimum of 2. That's meh. But the squad weapon use is increased by 50% too. And that's what I like about it. That's what I want on Sachin. I'm not worried about the special weapon, but that primary right there, getting a bonus of 50% ammo. Sachin goes in, he can fire for days. Remember, with that firing line, he's able to fire 3 times a round. Well, dude's going through ammo. He's basically just spitting it out, chewing it up, devouring it. And so he needs more. You get this operator armor, you throw this on this build, you're Dunsky. You got all the ammo you need, such deep pockets, and you're just railing and gunning, suppressing all of your opponents, even killing them. It's just so good. Looking on down at the accessories, of course, we want magazine pouches. Who'd have thought this guy's going to be shooting a ton. So magazine pouches are absolutely great. And then, of course, I like armor-piercing ammo. I love this stuff right here. I can't get enough of it. I find that it's so useful in so many different scenarios. But you can put whatever you want in there as far as supportive ammo, whether it's match grade, whether it's, the rip rounds. They're not called rip rounds. They're called, the rend ammo. Whatever you want, you put it in there. It's absolutely great. And then, of course, for that third slot, when you have this SAP operating armor, I like to put in smokes. Just me personally. Do what you want to do. It's completely up to you. But with that said, I can't say enough good about it. Sachin is very inexpensive and has a lot to offer. I can't stress it enough. Please excuse that message there. That's my brother. I absolutely love him. He cracks me up. Anyways, yeah, Sachin. Can't say enough good about him. Make sure you check him out. This is how I like to run him. Tell me how you like to run him. Tell me all about it. Drop down in those comments and give that feedback because it really benefits everyone. It benefits me. I learn a lot from you guys. It benefits the community because everybody gets down there and reads those comments. And yeah, we all learn and grow together. I'm really interested in hearing how other people want to play Sachin. I've tried using him as somebody that goes into the fray and gets involved, has a shotgun. It's not to my liking. I don't really care it for it. I really feel like defensively he doesn't have the best stats. I know 15 HP hit points is nothing to scoff at, and he's got pretty decent discipline, but he progressively gets worse the more squaddies he loses, and I don't care for that. And it seems like those squaddies do drop fairly easily, even when well armed. So I don't know. 15 hit points, of course, comes from you having the buff trait, but 12, you know, whatever. I'm just going to say that. Whatever. For me, he's better off at a distance, deployed, suppressing my opponents, and this is how I found him to be played optimally. And then on top of that, it's inexpensive. But I'm eager to hear your feedback and what you think about it. With that said, huge shout out and thank you to my soldiers. Thank you so much for supporting my content and what I do here. You guys and gals make it possible. You keep the content flowing, me going, and the lights glowing. So I'm ever so grateful for y'all. If you too want to support the channel, make sure you check out the links down below where you got Patreon, Ko-Fi, as well as YouTube members, and our Discord where we talk all things tactical gaming, including Menace. So until next time, guys, I will catch you later. Bye.